Welcome to another episode of New to Me. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and today we are taking a look at the YC Onion chocolate. This is their hydraulic mini slider, and I bought this on a coupon site, like one of those discount sites, and I saw it, and I've never heard of this brand, and I was kind of like, there weren't a lot of reviews on this. I think there was maybe one, and the rest were all in like either Chinese or Korean or something like that. So let's go ahead and pop this thing open. And first off, we get a very nice mesh case to carry it in. And inside the mesh case, we get looks like a couple of feet. We get about 5 feet, little screw-on feet, and an Allen key. And I'll show you what the Allen key is for in a little bit. We get the instructions here, and we get this cool aluminum machined quarter 20 knob, because this is a 3/8 mount, and the quarter 20 knob just kind of screws right on top there. Super, super cool. And let's take a look at this thing. Wow, this is really, really fluid. I mean, this is really very, very nice. As you can see, as I push it, the bottom kind of works, the tension works against it. They call it some kind of dynamic hydraulic system. Not really sure what it is, but pretty cool. It's very, very smooth. It is a band system. You can see the band in here, but very, very cool. Let's go ahead and put the feet on and set this thing up. And it does come with this nice plastic resealable bag to keep your feet in so you don't lose them, which I really like. You get your Allen key, and this Allen key basically is if you want to adjust the tension on this, you can just use the Allen key, but we're not going to do that because it's pretty good. Also, you do have a 3/8 mount, and there is a quarter 20 adapter inside, so you can put this on your tripod. But let's go ahead and put on the feet. And as I'm noticing, the feet actually, the holes aren't machined properly. They seem a little like they're not straight. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but some of the feet actually look a little bit crooked, like they're bent a little bit in. So I'm not sure how this is going to perform. They do have rubber tips right here, which is very cool, which will stop it from sliding on the table. But putting this down, it seems okay. It's not wobbly at all. I mean, my table is wobbly, so we won't do any testing on this table because this table is going, but it's not wobbly at all. When you adjust the feet, like if you want to raise or lower the feet, you are going to start to get, when you're trying to make it level, you can get some wobble here if your feet are not screwed all the way in, or it's not just balanced properly. But pretty darn good. I mean, this thing just very, very, very smooth. Let me crank up the tension here, and we'll just give it the pull test here. And this is all the way up. Oh, wow. And this has incredible resistance. And then loosening this up again. And there we go. This thing has great resistance. I am incredibly impressed for some company that I've never heard of. Let's go ahead and lock it and see how well the lock works. And we'll go ahead and turn this as much as we can. The adjustment mechanisms are interesting. They're in interesting spots. But I think it's fine. And as you can see, I can move it just a little bit. Let's get it completely locked here. Really torque that wheel. Yeah, and this isn't going anywhere. This is a great lock. You do have to torque this all the way. And I would also suggest putting up the tension to really lock this thing down. So that it doesn't move. And yeah, once you lock it and you put up the tension, this thing is, look at this, this thing's not going anywhere. You really have to push on it to get it to go somewhere. So, fantastic lock. Let's go ahead and slap a camera on it and do some test footage, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the YC Onion mini hydraulic slider. Okay guys, here are my final thoughts, and as you can tell, I'm wearing something entirely different because I've been working with this for about a week now, and it is, if you notice in the test footage, it has a very noticeable arc, and that is because they made this so heavy. Even with my cell phone on it, when you get to the end, it's on a tripod, the whole weight is going to dip it down, and you're going to get that kind of like arcing feeling. So as far as this being good on a tripod, it is terrible. I will most likely be returning it. I wish they had given us some kind of side mount or just made the top a little bit lighter. On the tabletop, and I'll show you a bit of footage right now, on the tabletop, if you use it just as a tabletop with a fluid head, it works pretty well. It would work well for like if you're doing tabletop product stuff or tabletop macro. It is still, I still love how smooth this is, but when it comes to putting it on a tripod, it is just terrible. Plus the fact that once you start to really get this thing level, it's gonna teeter around. But there is just too much wrong with this to recommend it. For the money that it is, I mean, if you can get it, I got it on sale for 70 bucks. It usually runs in like over $100. It is not, it usually runs about, I think, $170, I think it runs. And for the money, it does not perform well at all, which is unfortunate because they had a great idea. They just need to implement some kind of side mounting, and it'll be fine. But that's it. If you have any questions or comments, you can, of course, drop them in the notes below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button to be notified when we post brand new videos. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.